varam deva moksham na moksham vadimva na chanyam vrineham varishadapiha idam teva purnata gopala balam sada me manasya virastam kimanne idam te mukambojam atyanta nile vrutam kuntalai snigdha raktascha gopya muhushchumbitam bhimba raktam dharam me manasya virastamalam lakshya Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabdimagnu Kripa Drishti Vrishti Dinam Batanu Grihani Shamamajam Yati Yakshadrishye Kuveratmajo Bhatva Mutvaiva Yatvat Tvaya mochito bhakti vajo krutau cha tatha prema bhaktim swakame prayacha namokshe graho mesti damodareha namaste stu dhamne spuradhiti dhamne tvadiyodarayat vishwasya dhamne Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Namtalilaaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye Namo Namtalilaaya Devaya Tubhyam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Damodare Radha Damodare Radhe Jaya Yashoda Damodare Yashoda Damodare Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol श्री श्री दामोदर अष्टकम की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गुरुदेव की जय टैगोर सीतानाथ परमानंदे हरि हरि बोल So we'll read this prayer before we start with the continue with the preface to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavana. Nana Shat. Okay, I can share. नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ सद्धर्मसंस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्याकरो राधाकृष्णपादारविन्दभजनानन्देन मत्तालिको वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharni Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshata Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Gangayate Girim Yat Kripatam Aham Bande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Rama Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We had read till where, devotees, yesterday?
Mataji, the line where it says that there are 12 rasas, that was the last line.
12 rasas, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we stopped there.
Yes, Mataji.
Paragraph 9, Mataji.
Yeah. Bhakti rasa. Is that?
Yes, the basic principle of living condition.
Yeah, the basic principle of living condition. Okay. Yeah. Who wants to read this, please? I don't see anybody raising their hands to read. You all read yesterday, right? Yeah, Krishnamurti Prabhu, please go ahead. Read from here, the basic principle of the living condition from here.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, yesterday that Mataji has not given opportunity to read. She goes on explaining the facts, that's all.
Oh, okay. We'll
Shall I
read
read?
it. Yeah, please
Okay.
read.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The Mataji, this is of Srila Prabhupada's purport?
It's not purport, it's a preface. Yeah, you can say Srila Prabhupada ki jai and start reading.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The basic principle of the living condition is that we have a general propensity to love someone. No one can live without loving someone else. This propensity is present in every living being. Even an animal like a tiger has this loving propensity, at least in a dormant stage, and it is certainly present in the human beings. The missing point, however, is where to propose our love so that everyone can where to repose our love so that everyone can become happy. At the present moment, the human society teaches one to love his country or family or his personal self, but there is no information where to repose the loving propensity so that everyone can become happy. That missing point is Krishna, and the nectar of devotion teaches us how to stimulate our original love for Krishna and how to be situated in that position where we can enjoy our blissful life.
Okay,
In the
yeah, Prashanti Mataji can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
In the primary stage of a child loves his parents, then his brothers and sisters, and as he daily grows up, he begins to love his family, society, community, country, nation, or even the whole human society. But the loving propensity is not satisfied even by loving all human society. That loving propensity remains imperfectly fulfilled until we know who is the supreme beloved. Our love can be fully satisfied only when it is reposed in Krishna. This theme is the sum and substance of the nectar of devotion, which teaches us how to love Krishna in 5 different transcendental mellows.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. So here, I think there's not much of explanation, or rather, explanation in the sense all of us feel, all of us have the same feeling, though each of us express it in different ways, irrespective of the person, whether rich poor, educated, not whatever it is. The only thing a person looks forward to is to be loved and cared for unconditionally. How many of you are with me in this? How many of you agree with me for this?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes,
we
Mataji.
all, yeah, thank you, devotees. We all want to be loved without any conditions and uh, cared for also. But then we also have to understand that somebody else also will want the same thing from us. Invariably, we are expecting, but then we, forget to reciprocate. And then here in this preface, Srila Prabhupada is talking about why all of us, in spite of no matter how much of care and love we give, why it is not complete or it is not fulfilled, it remains imperfectly fulfilled, it says. Because we are missing out the embodiment of love, that is Krishna, right? Now we have various relationship in the process of our life. Various people we come across, we extend our care for them, they extend, and then after some time it gets either saturated or we become very familiar, and we expect a lot of things, then they expect a lot of things, and then somewhere in the process things don't seem the same as the way we started. It is because of trying to love each other. One thing is trying to love each other with some condition. That is why if you read any of the scriptures, and especially Srila Prabhupada's purport, Prabhupada says, in the material world, we only know what is lust. We don't know what is love. Because true love has absolutely no conditions. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sammoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshya asti na priya. He says Sammoham. It's a very difficult proposition. I mean, like he likes, loves, and cares for everybody in the same way. If we have 4 or 5 people in the house, we find it difficult to keep the same amount of care for everybody, isn't it?
Mataji.
Right? It
Yes.
can be. It is not possible for us to care the same. One day we are loving somebody more, the other day. But imagine if we have to do this all our life, right? With all the relationships that all the people that we meet, would it be easy? Would it be practical?
No, Mataji.
No, Mata, not possible, Mata.
Not possible, right? Humanly, at least, is not possible because we have our limitations and then we are conditioned also. So, here, Nectar of Devotion is saying, which teaches us how to love Krishna. Love, all these definitions of love that we have seen will fit in only when we have Krishna in between. What happens when we have Krishna in between? We have one person in the center. Otherwise, each time somebody else becomes in the center. And when there is somebody else in the center, there are other people who are not very happy about it. So when we keep Krishna in the center and we repose our love, our care, or whatever extension of relationship with anybody, not necessarily be in the house. It can be at office, it can be with friends, right? Initially, it may seem to not acceptable that we always keep Krishna in the center. But then, when they understand how, there will come a time or a chance to show people that when we love Krishna, how we are trying our best to unconditionally share that love with others. Right? So this is what nectar of devotion is going to teach us, that if we just love our family, our country, our society, today's Rajotsava, our state, which is incomplete, and it is only going to bring in more disharmony among within us and within the society. Now, if you keep Krishna as the center, and then you see the ripples, is concentric. It's a beautiful pattern, concentric ripples. So, we going further, we'll see how this is done by various devotees and how Rupa Goswami is going to explain about this, right? So, Sunita Mataji, can you please continue reading?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Our loving propensity expands just as a vibration of light or air expands, but we do not know where it ends. The nectar of devotion teaches us the science of loving every one of the living entities perfectly by the easy method of loving Krishna. We have failed to create peace and harmony in human society, even by such great attempts as the Nations, because we do not know the right method. The method is very simple, but one has to understand it with a cool head. The nectar of devotion teaches all men how to perform the simple and natural method of loving Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we learn how to love Krishna, then it is very easy to immediately and simultaneously love every living being. It is like pouring water on the roots of a tree or supplying food to one's stomach. The method of pouring water on the root of a tree of supplying foodstuffs to the stomach is universally scientific and practical, as every one of us has experienced. Everyone knows well that when we eat something, or in other words, when we put foodstuffs in the stomach, the energy created by such action is immediately distributed throughout the whole body. Similarly, when we pour water on the root, the energy thus created is immediately distributed throughout the entirety of even the largest tree. It is not possible to water the tree part by part, nor is it possible to feed the different parts of the body separately. The nectar of devotion will teach us how to turn the switch that will immediately brighten everything everywhere. One who doesn't know this method is missing a point of life. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. See, here, it says nectar of devotion teaches all men how to perform simple and natural method of loving Krishna. The problem with Kali Yuga is they don't want anything simple. We want always something very complicated. If we tell people that all your problems will be kind of solved or taken care, just chant Hare Krishna. If there is somebody new to the movement, or you are trying to, just by chanting, not doing any yagnas or not doing any tapas, it is, first of all, the yoga is like that. Anything simple and natural is kind of, looked upon as something very, what to say, not very hi-fi. Right? That is one thing. And then these examples we have heard about supplying the food to one's stomach, how to nourish the whole body, or water the root of the tree to keep the tree alive, instead of watering each twig or leaf or fruit, branch, etc. Right? So now we'll see how, by doing devotion, how this is possible. Now, devotees, what do devotees do first thing in the morning? Devotees, what do we all do in the morning?
Mangalarti.
Chant, yeah?
Mangalarti and chanting.
Mangalarti. Okay, Mangalarti and chanting. Yeah, okay. Mangalarti. Mangalarati. We are starting the day with Mangala, right? Like this, on these series of lectures that I was listening from Chaitanya Charandas, he made a very profound statement, which I would like to repeat. He said, now whatever the world is whatever our thoughts are. Now, how do we understand this? Now, you see, whatever I am thinking, say some thoughts are going on in my mind, that becomes words, and those words become action, and that action can be good or bad, right? So whatever we see the environment in the world is individuals' thoughts. Are you all able to relate with me with this point?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Right? Now
Mataji.
we come back. What does devotion do for us? Okay, what are we individually doing? We are doing Mangalarati, we are chanting. So what is it that we are creating in our mind? The super most positive thought we are creating in the mind, right? And then when we are chanting, and in the progress of our devotional life, we understand, Krishna was there, is here, I mean, will be there for us, will be there for us later, I mean, past, present, and future. So you see, the worry factor goes. And then the day is starting by Mangalarati or chanting. And we all have experienced, when we finish our prescribed rounds of chanting in the morning, how our day, the whole day is. And for whatever reasons, some days when we are not able to chant in the morning, how our day has been, right? When we have chanted our prescribed rounds in the morning, first thing in the morning, how is our day?
It goes very smoothly, Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah,
Enough
Mataji,
time.
our focused our energies on the Almighty.
Okay, Almighty, right?
It's like
Focus.
they've achieved something great, Mataji.
Yes, focused our energy, mind on Almighty. And who is that Almighty? He is supreme bliss. So again, we come back to the thought. Now, when I'm focusing on the Almighty because of the devotion that I started the morning with, then I'm always in bliss. Then, when I'm always in bliss, how am I going to treat the people around me? I mean, how am I going to reciprocate with the people around me? Blissfully. The same thing when we have not chanted our prescribed rounds. How are we? At least I can talk of myself. I'm very grumpy, I'm very irritated, grumpy. So
I feel miserable, Mataji.
feel miserable. So what happens? It is not just that I am miserable. That vibration is passed on to everybody around me. Agree?
Yes, Mataji.
So
Yes,
true,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
See, just this one aspect of keeping Krishna in the center, how much Srila Prabhupada, he, in the normal sense, when people are talking, what is Srila Prabhupada saying? UN has formed, nothing has happened. UN has formed, but then Srila Prabhupada also said every year they have a new flag. That means countries are being divided more and more. Right? Whereas Srila Prabhupada showed true unity, true happiness among living beings, among the jivas, by having all people from all over the world sitting and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, irrespective of the caste, creed, race, and then which varna you are, how rich, poor, fat, thin, whatever, right? So you see,
Can
yes,
everyone hear Mataji? Sorry to interrupt.
Hare Krishna, you are not able to hear me?
Yes,
You're
Mataji,
audible,
we are able to
Mataji.
hear. You're audible.
Okay. Who asked? Am I
Sorry,
audible to
Mataji.
you?
I think, yeah, you're audible. Sorry, Mataji. There was an issue at my end. Sorry to interrupt.
No issues. So this aspect of devotion, right? Mangalarati, chanting, and other sadhanas also. Now it is the most super merciful month of Damodar. It has been my personal experience. Even people who are ours, when we go to public places in the kinds of temples or malls, we go to individual houses. In this particular month, because it is Srimati Radharani's month, she is the queen of this month. People invariably come forward to offer the lamp.
Hello.
Not audible,
So you
Mataji, now.
see, whatever all
Hare
over
Krishna,
the
Mataji. We are not able to hear you, Mataji.
Hare
The
Krishna.
bunch is
We didn't hear Mataji. There was pause.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, you're audible. You're audible, Mataji.
Okay. So you see this just one aspect of keeping Krishna in the center, how much it is helping us individually, our family, our society, our country, and the countries and the whole world as such. Right? So this is the last line is very this thing Prabhupada is saying, one who does not know this method is missing the point of life. Everybody wants to be happy, want to be peaceful, right? But then they don't and then they think it is very complicated. You have to earn a lot of money, you have to have a status in life, and then go to vacations, and then make look like you are also one among the so-called crowd and other things, missing the whole point of life that is going to give happiness maybe a day or two, but then eventually it is going to wear out, right? So this is what we are going to read in Nectar of Devotion. I would like to read one shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam and the translation of it, which is which is one of my favorite shlokas also. This is Canto 5, Chapter 18, Shloka 9. The shloka goes like this: Swastyastu Vishwasya Kala Prasidatam Dhyayantu Bhutani Shivam Mitodhiya Manascha Bhadram Vachatat Adokshaje Aveshyatam No Matir Api Ahetuki. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious person be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga. For by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us live as a true human and serve the mankind. Right? Invariably, difference of opinions, enviousness, jealousy, and then hatredness comes when somebody has something and the other person doesn't have. That is going to be there, but when we don't understand the aspect of karma, that is going to be there. But then even with our karmas, materially we are at different levels. Bhakti is one thing which is equally available for everybody. Bhakti seva is equally available. No matter how much each individual does, still there will be a lot of Bhakti seva. That is why when devotion is taken up, then this that as Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji, sorry, I muted you also. Please unmute yourself, Mataji. Sorry.
Okay. So this aspect, how the enviousness, Srila Prabhupada said, ISKCON temples are Vaikuntha. Why is it Vaikuntha? What is it in Vaikuntha? Everybody is doing devotion, each one helping each other. Not that you scratch my back, I scratch your back. I mean, each one trying to, outdo the other. No. Yes, they are trying to outdo the other by trying to help the other person. Right from Srimati Radharani, she takes all as jivas to Krishna and says, see, here is a better devotee than me. I mean, of course, there can be no better devotee than Srimati Radharani. But that is the mood of Goloka, that is the mood of Vaikuntha. Just for a moment before we continue, for 30 seconds, close our eyes and imagine all of us are in Goloka with this mood, that each of us are helping each other in serving Krishna. The very thought of it, right, is so blissful. Then imagine you spending all our time 24 hours, bar 7, 365 days like this. How will it be? Is it worth striving for, devotees?
Yes, Mataji, it's worth.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay. Yeah. So
Blissful,
Divya
Mataji.
Yeah.
So blissful.
Yeah. So it's in devotee's hand in the sense like how much we practice our sadhana seriously, and how much we in whatever aspect, in whatever respect possible for us to bring others, if not physically, even on the mental platform, pray for them. It is ultimately the Paramatma who has to help them to come out of their ignorance. to pray for them sincerely as we pray for ourselves, for anybody to come out of their ignorance and come to Krishna consciousness. That itself also is a big thing, right? Because we are all here because of somebody's prayers, devotees' mercy, maybe previously in this life, whatever. Yeah. Divya Mataji, can you please continue reading?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As far as material necessities are concerned, the human civilization at the present moment is very much advanced in living comfortably, but still we are not happy because we are missing the point. The material comforts of life alone are not sufficient to make us happy. The vivid example is America. The richest nation of the world, having all facilities for material comfort, is producing a class of men completely confused and frustrated in life. I am appealing here with to such confused men to learn the art of devotional service as directed in the nectar of devotion, and I am sure that the fire of material existence burning within their hearts will be immediately extinguished. The root cause of our dissatisfaction is that our dormant loving propensity has not been fulfilled despite our great advancement in the materialistic way of life. The nectar of
Okay. Thank
devotion.
you. Yeah, Mataji,
Yes.
thank you.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada proved this. He proved it so much that at such an age he went to the US, and then whom did he preach to first? Who were all materially so comfortable, right? And they didn't know what to do because they had all the money, probably all the education. And they just didn't know what to do in life, right? So Srila Prabhupada went and told them, showed them what is it that all of us need, whether materially we are comfortable or otherwise. What is it that a person needs, right? He went and started just with the Sankirtan, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then, of course, Prasadam. And then, see, if you have to, one has to do this, right? Just for a second, if we think, we find preaching so difficult, people don't take up to it, then then we are ridiculed. How much of love Srila Prabhupada must have had, love towards his guru, love for Krishna, because it is said the pure devotees know the heart of the Lord. They know the heart of the Lord. And what does Krishna want? Krishna, if you know, Acharya say, scripture say, Krishna just wants all of us to go back to him. That is all he wants. So much so, if we keep one step, Krishna comes forward 10 steps. Isn't that enough proof to say how much Krishna wants all of us? It is not just one person, he wants all of us. So when a pure devotee makes this effort to bring the lost children to the Father, he must have so much of compassion. He must have so much of patience. He must have so much of determination, right? To do all this just to please his Guru and please Krishna, of course. So what did Srila Prabhupada do? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. See, there's one very beautiful small shloka from Narsimha Purana. It is very small but very sweet. It says, Krishna Krishneti Krishneti Yo Mam Smarati Nityasaha. It says, Krishna Krishneti Krishneti Yo Mam Smarati Nityasaha. One who remembers me Nityasaha, always. Jalam Bitva Yatha Padmam. The way a lotus comes out of water or kichad, whatever. Jalam Bitva Yatha Padmam Narakad Uddharami Aham. When the moment I say Krishna, okay, I am pulling that jiva out of this naraka of material existence. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just that, he just went around the world, and then just said, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So then people, realized just the material, forget the people out of India. Even in India, people were bewildered as to what is the way forward in life, right? Because some people were in poverty, some people were in good material comforts, but then either way they didn't know what to do. Right? If they were in abject poverty, then they just accepted that, and then when they were materially comfortable, then they were whiling away, wasting time, or in things which would only bind them more. Right? So material comforts, the Shastra says Krishna gives. Yes, see, it can be that we have acquired it. Yes, by our pious activities, we have acquired it. No doubt about that. But then Krishna gives awards as per our punya karma, and then he also sees what is it that we are doing with it, right? And when he sees if we are degrading ourselves with whatever opulence, it need not necessarily be money, it can be fame, it can be beauty, it can be knowledge, it can be anything, right? If he sees, any of his child is misusing and degrading himself, then Krishna chooses to take it away also. And when it is taken away, the pain, the pain is when it is pulled out, when the thought is pulled out from the foot or something, it is painful. But after it is pulled out, the pain is not there, right? We are back to our normal self. So the same way, at that moment when things are taken away from us, right? At that moment, that pain is there. But then eventually we understand the mercy of the Lord. By doing that, he is pulling us closer to himself, right? So material aspects can mean anything. It doesn't stop at wealth. Right? Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shrivi, says Kunti Maharani in Kunti prayers. Yes. Anushri Mataji, can you read the remaining portion of that paragraph?
Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Sorry
Mataji.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Can you please write these 3-4 lines which you said just now? Very nice, Mataji. Can you put in the group?
Yeah, I'll send that, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare
Anushri
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai. The nectar of devotion will give us practical hints how we can live in this material world, perfectly engaged in devotional service, and thus fulfill all our desires in this life and the next. The nectar of devotion is not presented to condemn any way of materialistic life, but the attempt is to give information to religionists, philosophers, and people in general how to love Krishna. One may live without material discomfiture, but at the same time, he should learn the art of loving Krishna. At the present moment, we are inventing so many ways to utilize our propensity to love, but factually, we are missing the real point, Krishna. We are watering all parts of the tree, but missing the tree's root. We are trying to keep our body fit by all means, but we are neglecting to supply foodstuffs to the stomach. Missing Krishna means missing one's self also. Real self realization and realization of Krishna go together simultaneously. For example, seeing oneself in the morning means seeing the sunrise also. Without seeing the sunshine, no one can see himself. Similarly, unless one has realized Krishna, there is no question of self realization.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, we are inventing so many ways to utilize our propensity to love, right? There are so many funny instances that I get to hear when listening to lectures of various devotees. One person, I believe, married the Eiffel Tower. One person married the pillow. And then the dog, though, okay, maybe they are married or not married, Oh my God, the dog society is like goes bonkers with their dogs. It is good. They're loving a jiva. But then, I'm giving some mundane examples. Uh, where
And
we
Hare
are.
Krishna Mataji, one
Hare Krishna.
person married himself and herself also.
Okay,
So
this is
weird.
another extreme. And thank you for that. So you see, so it is just, if you remove all these things, all the frills of whatever one is doing in life, if you just remove all that one person, any of us need is love, right? We just need that. We just need somebody to love us, and we also want in turn to love somebody, right? And uh, and we have seen umpteen examples in various ways. In all respects, people are trying to love each other, love thy neighbor, and then everything, uh, but missing the point. Srila Prabhupada very beautifully has used that word, missing the real point. We are missing the real point, Krishna. And then you see, on the practical, even if you say on the practical aspect, now in our course of life, we come across so many people. We take help from so many people, and so many people help us, right? So then is it really possible to keep on, do we have the same energy to give everybody the same kind of love or care that we give to our near dear ones, right? Even our near dear ones also, we have plus and minuses, right? So even if you see on the practical aspect of it, right? Watering the root, love Krishna, Jagat Tushti, Samsiddhi Haritoshanam, Bhagavatam says. We love Krishna, everything. All, so see, just by loving Krishna, you are loving everybody. How everybody will love you, how you will love everybody is not our scope of work. That is Paramatma's work. You love Krishna. Let us love Krishna and do our work and allow him to do his work. He will take care of that. Right? How everybody will start liking us and how we will start liking everybody by loving Krishna. Because as Paramatma, ultimately he is the one who's, sanctioning everything. So he knows how it has to be received. There are so many instances when devotees, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu, he always says this example. Once in Pune railway station or something, place I'm not very sure, Pune or Bombay, he went for book distribution, and for more than 1 or 2 hours or something, not a single book he was able to sell, right? And he was dejected, and then he said, "Oh, Prabhupada," he prayed to Prabhupada, and then said, "What is this today? I was not able to sell even distribute even single book." He was thinking like that, and then he was coming. Then he saw a group of youngsters, probably college-going boys, talking and going. And then they saw, Radhesham Prabhu was trying to tell them, buy this Bhagavad Gita. And then because of the age, they were making fun or at each other. But ultimately, one person wanted to buy it, and then one boy who bought it. And then after that, he said, whatever books he had was completely, it was sold after that. At that end. So how did this happen? Is it? It is because Damodar Leela lessons. It is because Krishna saw his endeavor, right? And then he was feeling very morose. And then what did he do? He begged Prabhupada. He begged Krishna. Why I was not? So then what happened? Krishna sent some souls for him to distribute books. So let us not just worry about what others are thinking, what others are doing. If we have to get people to Krishna consciousness, we have to be first Krishna conscious, and then we have to just meditate on Paramatma to help others to become Krishna conscious. Then things will happen. Then the magic will happen. Right? So watering the root or feeding the stomach to keep the entire body nourished. So and also another important point here, Srila Prabhupada makes is self-realization and Krishna go together, because the Atma is coming from Paramatma. So we understand the Atma. Actually, the first aspect is, you understand Atma, then you will see the size of Atma is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair, right? And then that Atma, only if that Atma is there, I can do all this dancing, shout, eat, run, laugh, cry, anger, everything. And we cannot even imagine the size of that Atma. If we are bewildered by Atma itself, then imagine the Paramatma. You see, so whether we start learning about Krishna and then Atma to Paramatma, either way, it goes hand in hand, it goes together. So we just finished the last part of it. Yeah, Shobha Mataji, I see a new person here. If you are okay, I will ask Mr. Virendra Prabhu to read. Is that okay? Thank you, Mataji. Virendra Prabhu, you want to read the last portion, the nectar of devotion?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Mataji. I have a question. See, devotional service is done on spiritual platform, and what we are staying now is done on a material platform, that is karma. So how can we dovetail our activities to bhakti? Means it is said that Rishikesha Sevaya, that is we should engage our senses in the service of Krishna, means karma. So how to do karma so that it will become bhakti? Means because bhakti is on a spiritual platform, but now we are on a material platform.
Okay. Very nice and good question. Can we just read this paragraph, Prabhu, Virendra Prabhu? Do you want to read this paragraph, Prabhu?
Yes, which, okay. The nectar of devotion is specifically presented for, it is very small, that is,
okay, then I'll ask Shobha Mataji. Oh, it's okay. I thought you wanted to read.
The nectar of devotion is specifically presented for persons who are now engaged in the Krishna consciousness movement. I beg to offer my sincere thanks to all my friends and disciples who are helping me to push forward the Krishna consciousness movement in the Western countries, and I beg to acknowledge with thanks the contribution made by my beloved disciple Shriman Jayananda Brahmachari. My thanks are due as well to the directors of ISKCON Press who have taken so much care in publishing this great literature. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, V.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, April 13th, 1970, ISKCON headquarters. Yeah. So basically, Srila Prabhupada is expressing his gratitude for all his disciples and the publisher and other things. Yeah. So yes, Prabhu. Can I just answer Virendra Prabhu's question and then we can?
Okay.
Yeah, is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Virendra Prabhu's question was that we are on the platform of material platform, karma. From karma, how do we come to karma yoga? You see, I'll give some basic mundane examples, right? Then it will help us to relate. It may sound very silly, but then it really helps us to relate. Now, Virendra Prabhu, just because we are very busy, or say we have a family to run, right? You have an office and other things. Now, will you do things without eating, without feeding yourself, or without nourishing yourself?
Cannot stay. Yes, we cannot stay. Cannot live.
You cannot stay, right? Now, the food for the soul is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or the holy name of the Lord, right? And in Kali Yuga, though Kali Yuga is such a, we have law, you have 99.9% negative, But that point, not 1% of positive thing that is there of Kali Yuga is like irrespective of where you are, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of the condition you are. All you have to do is just remember Krishna's name.
Okay.
Right? You probably you are in your office now or whatever occupation you are, right?
Okay.
So that karma becomes karma yoga. What is yoga? Yoga
Buddhi.
means yuj. The dhatu word is yuj, to connect.
Okay.
So when you do that, that is what Krishna says in the 8th chapter to Arjuna. He says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha.
Okay.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. All the time. Yuddha. See, Yuddha is his karma, his profession. Who's Arjuna?
Yes, yes.
So he says, all you have to do is remember me. Okay? And that becomes karma yoga.
Okay.
Right? So various ways. If you have a computer, maybe you can keep a small sticker of Krishna or a photo of Krishna. And in between, if you want to take break, keep a small. You get pocket Bhagavad Gita. Just read some shloka.
Okay.
Correct?
No, means my question is, okay, karma yoga is okay, but Prabhupada says is to do hearing, chanting, reading, all these activities like Navavidha Bhakti. So we are doing karma. So when to do these activities? So we should have a time to do these bhakti activities, or it should be satata yasya kirtantuma, means it should be always. So so for bhakti there should be time, or it should be always like to do means we are doing karma, because we cannot do simultaneously both of these.
The whole skill is that only. Now you're telling me so many things now, right? We are conversing, isn't it, Virendra Prabhu?
Yes,
But
yes.
then there is a train of thoughts in your mind. दोपहर को ये करना है, शाम को ये करना है, घर जाके. In spite of discussing, there's a train of thoughts in your mind, isn't it?
Yes,
है कि
yes.
नहीं? है ना?
means like 4 to 7 chanting करना, फिर जॉब जाना, फिर घर पे आके like रीडिंग करना, तो भगवान का ही करते हम सब लोग.
नहीं, मैं ये बोल रही हूँ आपको. Now I'm saying कि now you're talking to me, but then we have some plans for afternoon, lunch के बाद, whatever your work is, evening when you go home. That there is some train of thoughts in our mind, all of us. Now I'm doing this class, लेकिन इसके बाद I have something else at 1 o'clock, then something else at 3 o'clock. That there is some train of thoughts. कुछ तो चलता रहता है मन में. Other than what I am actually doing. Am I right?
Yes, yes, correct.
हो रहा है क्या? हो रहा है?
Yes, yes. Means I want to do this, I want to do that. Yes, correct.
Bhakti means you change the train of thoughts to Krishna's name.
To Krishna, okay. Okay, which means satata aisa kirtan tumam.
Agar when we are doing one work and then there is a train of thoughts for other things, why can't I change it to Krishna's name?
Okay, okay. Okay.
So the whole practice of sadhana is this. That is what satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudavrata. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha man mana bhavavat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. See, for that we don't. Yes, for bhakti, what Srila Prabhupada has said, we have to keep separate time. Totally agree. Yes, but then to come to that stage, I have to convince, no? Who? I have to convince Krishna. So with that endeavor, you do this, and then you see how, because time is Krishna. Krishna will make time for you.
Yes, yes.
मैं काल हूँ कहते हैं कृष्ण.
Very nice answer. Yes, correct.
Hare Krishna. Thanks to my Gurudevs. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Somebody else wanted to ask something. Hare Krishna. There was some Prabhu who unmuted. I don't know who that was. Okay. Anyway, so nectar of devotion. Looking forward to the real nectar of life of devotion. and of course all your association. Thank you very much for joining, and I really thank Ashish Prabhu and the whole team for this opportunity, which is super purifying for my own self. I am my first student because while doing this as a class, the process is that I am more serious in reading it or trying to understand, and in the process purifying myself. If there has been anything that is worthwhile taking away from today's class, please thank my Guru Maharaj, and being a conditioned soul, pray for me so that I am able to better myself. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, two things. One is that Srimad Bhagavatam sloka you said, that was 589, no? 5.8.9.
518.9.
80. Okay, the other one is, Mataji, don't forget to send that Nitya Krishna Krishna.
You can write it now. Krishna 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 Krishneti Krishneti Yo Mam Smarati Nitya Saha.
1 minute, Mataji.
Yeah.
Okay,
Krishna.
second line is what? Nitya?
Yo Mam Smarati Nitya Saha.
Mataji, you're from Pune temple, because you spoke
Mataji,
about
please.
Radhesham Prabhu.
Huh?
You're from Pune temple? You're from Pune temple?
No, Prabhu. I am from Bangalore. I am from Bangalore, Prabhu. I stay in Bangalore and I am connected to ICF Cultural Center of Bangalore, South Bangalore.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Did I sound too
Mataji.
much like Pune temple devotee? I don't know.
I am from Pune, Mataji.
Okay. Yes.
Mataji, please send it in the group, no, Mataji, please.
Okay.
Difficult to
Yes.
take down.
Yes.
Thank
yes,
you so
yes.
much.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
devotees.
Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Krishna
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
You made it so simple to us.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. I have to quit from here.
Thank
Okay,
you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji.
with your permission, shall I end this meeting, Mataji?
Please, Mataji. I was trying to end that. Yes, Mataji. Please end it.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.